So this is where my greenhouse currently is. These, I think that's the red pepper. No, that's orange bell. The bad one in the back is red. That's red. That's an eggplant plant. That's another sad red bell pepper plant. Brussels sprouts. That one is purple bell. As you can see, there are some pepper sprouts starting to grow. The greenhouse is bigger. It's more aerated. It's like more well filtered as far as air goes. It's just a lot better. And the cats and whatever other critters have been eating the plants can't get in because it's very well secure. It's a much, much, much better setup, and I get to actually like sit out there and enjoy the plants a little bit more. This is the progress after a few days of being in the greenhouse. I moved the soil around. It had some plant food, watered it really good. And the pepper plants were almost completely bald because, like I said, the cats and whatever other critters had been eating at them. And the plant food really helped to bring the leaves back. And even add on a couple of the pepper sprouts. Um, I talk to the plants, I sit with them, I hang out with them. I only didn't give up on the little one in the back because it looked like it had a chance. Honestly, I don't know how it's going to continue to grow, being as though the weather is starting to change. I'm just hoping for the best. But this is where things are. I'm proud of it, actually. I got the greenhouse from Amazon. Uh, After I post this video, I will actually um, add a link to the specific greenhouse that I got. But I have a lot more stakes on it than what came with the actual greenhouse just because the last greenhouse I had got blew away in a storm. So I definitely did not want to go through all of that again because it was not a cheap greenhouse. But this one is a lot cheaper than the other one, but it's a lot better quality too. Like I said, it has the like mesh openings uh, for the air to be filtered in and out. It makes it a lot better. I think for the plant, the smaller setup I had, it was really just like a clear piece of plastic like wrapped over the garden bed. So there wasn't very good air getting in there because I had it blocked off a certain kind of way to keep the cats out, even though they were still getting in. Um, so yeah, any questions anybody has, I'm willing to answer. I'm really proud of this setup. Like I said, it's way better. Sorry, I just realized it was echoing. I fixed it, I think. I hope. I started out with like carrots and I had some herbs planted and some other stuff, but they completely dug up and ate all of the carrots. I've seen like the progress the carrots were making, and they were really pretty. There was some purple, there was some white. I planted rainbow carrots, and there were like a ton of them. Um, they ate them all. I have not a single piece. And then there was like a little garlic bulb I found when I was moving the garden bed, when I was like, digging through the soil. I don't even know where that's at anymore. I think it probably like died or something, or maybe I planted it really good. I never marked where I put it. So that just is what it is at this point. And you can't see it in the video, but on the stem of the Brussels sprouts, there are some little balls, which I think may be where the Brussels sprouts are going to grow. I can't tell if they're leaf sprouts or not, but at first I thought the little bulbs on the bell pepper plants were maybe just leaves, because I I try not to get my hopes up too much, but they actually, by Google Images opinion, are definitely pepper sprouts. So yeah, there's that as well. I don't really know what else to say, honestly. Seems like everybody's gone now, but yeah, there's that's everything. And I'll be posting some more about the garden, about the greenhouse. Honestly, I after they ate all the carrots and like whatever else, and then when other things were like dying, I got a little bit discouraged and didn't really want to post much of anything anymore. It kind of affected like a lot of the content that I was making consistently. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just kind of like what was the point at that point? But yeah, there's like 7 little pepper sprouts on the orange bell pepper plant so far. On the red bell pepper plant, the strongest one in the back on that left hand side, there are about maybe 4 sprouts. It's funny because the ones in the back are like beginning, middle, and kind of like stages. Um, like I said, some of them didn't grow as much as they could have and didn't grow as strong as they could have because it wasn't very well filtered as far as air, and they were kind of like bunched together, and they were in the pots for a really really long time, which probably stunted their growth as well. So it is what it is. If they continue to grow even though the weather's changing, that's great. If not, it's a little bit, it just is what it is. I just am really excited that even though most of the leaves were like bitten off or like chewed up, that they're still growing and their leaves are coming back. I thought about like discarding them because I was a little bit discouraged, but the stems were just so strong and healthy still that it felt like I would be wasting the plant. And the roots seemed really well intact as well when I took them out of the pots too. So, like I said, I think finally taking them out of the pots and putting them in the soil and moving the soil around, adding the plant food, I feel like all of that really just created a big turnaround for the progress of plants. Honestly, they could have been a lot further ahead if I would have had the greenhouse like a long time ago, but I had to work with what I had at the time. So, and like I said, I'm not an expert, you know. I'm doing my best, hoping for the best. I've been mainly learning through trial and error and research in the midst of these things. And, sometimes we win some, sometimes we lose some, and that just is what it is. Yeah, I'm probably going to log off soon because my phone's dying. But I absolutely did want to share this with you guys because I'm really like proud of the progress in the midst of all the losses. Oh, also by the Brussels sprout plant, if you can see, I buried whatever leaves were like falling off. Um, I just figured it helped the soil some. And I have like little wormies in the dirt as well. Just figure all of it will be helpful somehow. Like I said, just doing my best. Even though there was not like a whole bunch of viewership, I am very open to questions in the comments. Like I said, I'm gonna still try to post this, and I'm gonna add the link to the greenhouse. And I didn't think about this, but I'll also add a link to the planters. They do get a little bit rusty. I don't know if that is bad or not, or if it matters, or if there's a way to avoid it. Um, that's not something I've looked into yet, but I encourage you guys to. Like I said, no expert here. I'm just a girly working through trial and error, trying to grow some food, preparing for my old age farm life that I am manifesting, you know? Yep, all right, that's all.